Talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution, it sounds like a whisper. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the uniformed lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution sounds. Who are people gonna rise up and get their share? Who are people gonna rise up? Take what's there. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Cause finally the tables are starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, the 16th day of September. The year is 2014, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, then you are the revolution. My name is Smokin Mekhael, and this is the Revolutionary Nightly News, broadcasting worldwide, smashing through the lies of the Illuminati New World Order government, bringing you truth, fighting for freedom. We are under constant attack, ladies and gentlemen, and these attacks are escalating on a daily basis. Our brothers and sisters all over the world are being killed en masse. People are having their freedoms taken away from them, and this is all escalating exponentially. I am broadcasting worldwide from here in Sydney, Australia. This is what's happening in the world today. This isn't some fiction that's coming out of the media. This is a true breakdown, a true analysis of the evil people who run government and how they use this propaganda to continue wars, to continue suppressing people all over the world. I'm going to start by reading an article that hits incredibly close to home from the dailytelegraph.com.au. The headline is "Sydney in the firing line of Islamic State fanatics. Police escalate search for 5 rocket launches." This is real, alright? You scumbags in the New World Order, you Illuminati clowns, you're bringing this home to me. You want to bring war upon me? We're going to have to fight back. The free people of the world are going to have to fight back. You've got a lot of people duped. You've got a lot of people blinded by your propaganda. You've stirred up so much hatred, so much patriotic fervor within people, so much fear of an unknown enemy that you're using that fear to continue warfare. And you want to bring that warfare into my backyard. It's not going to happen. People are waking up to your lies. People are tuning in to this transmission right now because they are sick of having their money taken away from them, used to spend on bullets and bombs to kill children all over the world, and now you want to bring the war home right here to Sydney. Listen to this, all you people who live in this town, who enjoy your freedom. The government is hyping a terrorist attack in Sydney. You don't want this to happen. Police have significantly escalated their search for 5 rocket launchers believed to be buried in Sydney bushland by a terror cell linked to Islamic State savages, Khalid Sharoof and Mohammed El Omar. New South Wales and federal police have ramped up their search for the lethal rocket launchers following the government's decision to raise the national terror alert level to high ahead of the November G20 meeting in Brisbane. The Daily Telegraph can also reveal members of the Pendennis 9 terror cell who planned to attack high-profile targets, Sydney targets, and are serving long jail terms, have refused to tell police where the rocket launchers are hidden. A New South Wales police spokesman said officers were actively searching for the 5 rocket launchers, which were among 10 stolen by former Army Captain Shane Della Vedova from a military facility in Orchard Hills in 2002. Can we rewind that just 1 second? They were among 10 stolen by former Army Captain Shane Della Vedova. These supposed rocket launchers were stolen by this guy who is in the Australian Army, a captain at that. So it's the government who are causing the terrorist problems. I don't know what the exact story is, but for someone from the Australian military to steal these weapons, and now 10 years later, they're using these weapons to scare people and to hype up a terror threat in Sydney, that is absolutely ridiculous. It just shows once again how government is at the root cause of terrorism. They are at the root cause of violence all over the world. And they're saying now that terrorism isn't the major threat. They're saying that you're the major threat. Government sees you as enemy number one. And you know what? If you're in the government, you'd better see me as enemy number one, because I see that you're an enemy against humanity and I have the guts to stand up against you, right? So you better know who your enemy is. The government pretends that they're all nice, they try and help you, but you really must understand that for hundreds of years now, this global network has sought to build control upon control upon control till they have a total police state across the world. And we are entering the time where these crises can allow them to implement that global control structure if we don't stop them. But we are going to stop them. We are stopping them right now. We're on the march. The empire is on the run. This article from news.com.au, terrorism less dangerous than what lurks in our backyard. Bomb squad member. So it's not the terrorists who are dangerous, it's you and I who are dangerous. That's why they want to flip this from terrorists to regular people, so they can introduce more draconian laws to take away your freedom and institute more government control. They are the highly specialized officers who put their lives on the line for the safety of the general public every day. The members of Australia's elite bomb squads routinely place themselves in the middle of what most would consider the most dangerous of situations. Blah, 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 blah. A police sergeant from Queensland Police Ordnance Response Team said people making homemade explosives were much more of a concern on a day-to-day basis for his squad. You know what's much more of a concern? A federal government who has been killing thousands and thousands of people, the Aboriginals, for a long, long time. The government who puts fluoride in the water. The government who is tied to the American, British empire, this global establishment that's trying to control the world. They are part of the same thing. That's the real concern, not somebody making explosives at their house. It is the billions of dollars. It is the aircraft carriers. It is the helicopters. It is the bunker-busting bombs. That's what's really concerning. The fact that government from a University of Hawaii study killed more than 250 million people in the 20th century. Government is what needs to be taken down. The government are what are the antithesis to the human race. That's why I am, by definition, an anarchist. Anarchy doesn't mean chaos. Anarchy means without rulers. Every single government in history has become tyrannical, has become oppressive, has become dictatorial in some sense of the word. Even the flower of the Enlightenment, the American Constitution enshrining individual rights. You can say in the history of man, the American experiment with the rights enshrined in that document was the greatest political expression of human freedom. But even that most minimalistic government in the history of the world has expanded into the most massive, the most oppressive, the richest, the most devilish, fiendish, disgusting, murderous, thieving government in history. So that's why anarchy is the only way for the human race to move forward, where people are responsible for themselves. The thing is, I'm not going to guarantee that there won't be assaults in the future. There won't be evil people in the future. But what we need to remove is this structure, this apparatus called government that attracts the most evil, the most sadistic people, and who use the power that government has to control the world. They say people making homemade explosives are really dangerous. That's why you got to give more money to the government so they can destroy these terror programs. But this is what's happening with your tax dollars if you pay tax in Australia. This is what it's being used for. From 9news.com.au, Navy 4 on trial for bizarre sexual assault. 4 sailors are on trial for raping a colleague with a rubber chicken during a brutal last night at sea ritual on a naval ship. I'm not even going to read this article. But this is what you're supporting when you support government. You're supporting the waste, the theft, the destroying of our treasure, of our health, of our riches. And it's being spent on billion-dollar aircraft carriers where young men can stick a chicken up each other's ass. That's what you're paying for, right? And today, US launches first strike against Islamic State, coming to the aid of Iraqi fighters near Baghdad. What kind of nonsense is this? This article from the couriermail.com.au. The US has been in Iraq since 1991. Oh, and today is the first day they're launching strikes against the Islamic State. Absolutely ridiculous. I just want to go over once again how it is documented ad nauseum all over the internet, everywhere, admitted how the United States funds radical Islam. They fund ISIS, they fund Al-Qaeda, which are the same thing. This article from globalresearch.ca, ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi trained by Israeli Mossad, NSA documents reveal. The former employee at US National Security Agency, Edward Snowden, has revealed that the British and American intelligence and the Mossad worked together to create the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. You've probably seen these videos of beheadings going on in the past few weeks. I've seen, I think, 2 of them, and they don't look real to me. They don't even show the actual guy's head being cut off. And Obama came out the other day and said, Obama admits ISIS beheading videos help White House agenda. Gruesome propaganda resulted in the American public's quickly backing military action. And I'm looking at you because we are the public. If you're going to fall for their lies and fall for their propaganda, they're going to use your tacit support to kill more people and to bring the war here home against you. The government is your enemy. Do not believe a word that they say. And you know what? Don't believe a word that I say either. Please take the time and research what I'm showing you here, and you will find it to be true. And when you do, you will be compelled. You will feel a stirring within your soul. You will feel that feeling for self-preservation and compassion for other people that will cause you to join the revolution and to spread this message and to fight for freedom. Another article from globalresearch.ca. ISIS beheading of journalists. CIA admitted to staging fake jihadist videos in 2010. Of course, they stage fake videos all the time. They have billions of dollars invested into propaganda to make you think one way when something else is happening. An article from Infowars.com. Experts. James Foley beheading video likely fake. Forensic analysis confirms Infowars investigation that footage was staged as war propaganda. Confirming Infowars analysis on Thursday, British forensic experts have concluded that the ISIS beheading video involving James Foley was in all likelihood staged using camera trickery and slick post-production techniques. An international forensic science company which does work for police forces across Britain found that James Foley's execution may have been staged, with the actual murderer murder taking place off camera. If it comes out of the TV, it is propaganda. Do not believe what they're saying. The people who run the media are the same people who run the government. Understand that they have a global eugenics agenda against you. You are their enemy. They seek to destroy you, poison you, tax you, kill you. I'm not here spreading propaganda, but we are living in something that's worse than a science fiction movie. But this is reality. I really wish that I didn't have to spend my time yelling into a camera, going over this news and exposing it for what it is. But I feel a responsibility to do it. This is the morally correct thing to do, because all that it takes for evil to prevail is for good men and women to do nothing. And of course, everyone makes a lot of mistakes. I make so many mistakes in my life, but I am trying actively so hard every day to be a good person and to look at things objectively and to do whatever I can in my power to help save the world from these evil people. Please join me. Join the revolution. Understand that this is reality. This is not a science fiction movie. It is our lives. And UK police, this article again from globalresearch.ca, UK police merely watching James Foley beheading video may be an act of terrorism. So they can support terrorists, give them billions of dollars, run them, fund them, give them money to make propaganda videos faking a beheading to scare people. But if you were to watch that fake video, then you're a terrorist. I don't know what kind of convoluted logic that is, but then again, I do know it's not logical at all. Well, I take that back. It is logical. It's perfectly logical, because their plan is to control the entire world, to destroy our minds, to destroy all semblance of reality, to have us believe that black is white, that up is down, that day is night, if they say so. To quote 1984, freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 = 4. That's what truth is. Truth isn't something nebulous and really difficult to grasp. What truth is what has happened in the past or what's happening right now. And I'm exposing the truth. Look at what's really going on, and you will see the patterns start to emerge. More hype on Ebola, and this is a very concerning headline. US State Department orders 160,000 Ebola HAZMAT suits. Bulk purchase prompts concerns about spread of deadly epidemic. That's a lot of HAZMAT suits. And to end on some good news today, this article, Scottish independence, police brace for unrest. Surely some of you know that in a couple of days, on the 18th, the Scottish people will vote in a referendum whether or not to leave the murderous, disgusting, inbred, pedophilic British royal family, United Kingdom, and become an independent nation. I am in solidarity with the people of Scotland who want to be free, who have been oppressed under British tyranny for more than 1,000 years. Like I said, I'm an anarchist. I want the total dissolution of government and people to be independent, to be sovereign, to take care of themselves, not to have this nefarious, evil big brother lurking over them and poking them and wrapping its tentacles around every aspect of our lives. So I'd like to wish the people of Scotland luck. The unfortunate thing is that any type of vote, there's a possibility of it being rigged. I'm not sure if they're using voting machines over there or what the story is, or when people run an election, there's always a chance that it can be rigged. But I am with the free people of the world anywhere where they yearn for freedom, and I'm going to do my best. I'm just one person here, but I've made a conscious decision to get involved in this fight, because this is a fight for the very future of humanity. Run, and you'll live for a while. But lying in your beds years from now, would you give every one of those days from now until then to come back and show our enemies in the New World Order that they can take our lives, but they can never take our freedom? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the revolution. Have the courage to spread this message and to do research for yourself, and we will defeat the evil New World Order. The revolution is here. Woo!